What's up, beautiful people? In this episode, I'm gonna show you why I'm switching from growing in plastic containers to growing to grow bags. Okay, it's heartbreaking to share, but it's something that I have to do. So let's get to it. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Alright, great people, how y'all doing today? My name is Ricky Jones Jr. if you don't already know, and on this channel we do different gardening videos and things like that. So if you're into gardening, whether it be a beginner gardener, an intermediate gardener, like I've been gardening for a little while, a year or two, I think I know what to do. Link in with us by subscribing to the channel, click that bell notification, as well as letting us know where you are gardening from, because you never know, somebody in your area may be watching this channel as well that is gardening need, that you can connect with, grow from, and different things like that. So as we are creating this community, do what you do. All right, so let's go ahead and lock in. Now, like I said, this is one of the, I won't say hardest videos I've ever done. However, this is a hard video to do because I was so pro buckets. Okay, like it was a moment in time where I was buying buckets by the dozen. Like I was just buying them, telling other people to buy them and things like that. However, now with growth, pun intended, but growth of doing different things in the gardening, I realized that plastic buckets doesn't give the best quality for growing in a smaller container type situation. What I have come to realize and recognize is that grow bags actually give you the versatility and the need that you would get in a 5-gallon bucket. However, it does allow for your plants to have a stronger, healthier, more producing life in your grow bags as opposed to your 5-gallon buckets. Okay, and there are some main reasons why. One of them being that in your grow bags you get more aeration, because in this it is like a porous type woven fabric material, and so air can easily go in and out of this here bucket, or in this here container, as opposed to your 5-gallon plastic bucket. It stops, like the air stops wherever there are holes within your bucket. Air can come in, not necessarily like circulate out and things like that, but this here fabric material allows for air to come in and out at liberty, right? So what does that mean? During the spring and winter months, your soil will heat up faster. During the cooler months, it allows for it to stay or be cool if necessary and things like that. It also too allows for your water to be able to go in and out of the whole container with this fabric pot, okay, in which is necessary. Now, what does that mean? That does mean one of a few things. It does means that water does escape more quickly in your fabric material as opposed to your plastic bucket. However, that is okay, because that means that you can water at liberty more often than in the bucket in the fabric pot. And I'm not saying to water every day, but I'm saying that you can take it up a notch with the idea that you can't overwater, or is less likely to overwater in the fabric cloth material bag, because the water drains out, right? It drains out and goes where it needs to go, allows the water to do what it needs to do for the roots, but then whatever is excess, it goes out. As opposed to in these buckets, there are some moments and times where your water can sit in the pot itself, which you can't overwater in a 5-gallon bucket, because it will lead to root rot, diseases, pests coming in, and all the different things like that. So, you know, make sure you have a regimen if you are still using your 5-gallon buckets. But if you're going to the grow pots, which I am, the fabric grow pots or grow containers, I don't even know what to call it, but I'm gonna call it the fabric container. Okay, that's the new name, fabric container. You can do it more often, so maybe 2 or 3 times a week will be necessary, depending on your area, your climate, and the amount of sunlight the plants are getting throughout the day. So that is a thing. Now, what also comes along with that are your roots, okay? One of the main reasons why I am making the switch from plastic to fabric containers is because of the roots. And with the plastic buckets, what the roots do is that it grows, and of course we know roots grow as the plant grows, and with the roots in the plastic container, roots search for food, roots search for water. And as you know, with watering in the 5-gallon bucket, you have to do it more often, but nonetheless, as you water, the roots grow, and they grow searching for water. And when it makes the end of the bucket, it just continues searching for water, which will make your roots circle at the ends, because it grows to the end and it circles, which gives you the whole idea of being root bound. Okay, that is what happens most often in your 5-gallon buckets and things like that when they are plastic. And so also too, what you can get is one of your first roots, your more dominant root, will grow nice and big and strong, circle all around, which will starve out your smaller roots that are growing as the plant grows, because as the plant grows, more roots grow. As more leaves grow, more roots grow. However, the one that is the first, like establishing roots or things like that, those are the big dominant ones that overpower your other ones and things like that, which can choke out your roots, which can choke out your plants, which could lead to it to die and things like that, which I'm experiencing a lot of with my mint plants, my marigold plants as well. I'm seeing a lot of that taking place, and I was trying to figure out why. But when I took the roots out of the bucket itself, I saw that it was all netted together, even with the soil still holding on. And so you don't want that. You want your soil to be loose. You want your roots to be loose as well. And when they're like tight like that, you know something is wrong. So I did the research, and now we are here. With your fabric containers, what your roots do is that as they reach the end of the material, into the wall, what it does is stop. The roots stops, and what they call is like air pruning, where the roots stop and they don't grow anymore, which is great, because then the plant itself will produce another root, and they'll produce all the roots necessary to be able to get the water and the nutrients for the plant growth. And so it doesn't get root bound in the fabric container. Okay, it's nature's way of saying you have reached your limit. Now let's produce something else, which will lead to healthier roots, stronger roots, and more roots, which is great for your plants in itself. Okay, so the fabric situation, creme de la creme, right? But then also with your fabric scenario, you do get the holder situation, so that as you transport these bad boys, they will go with you. I've had grow bags, fabric containers, just as long as well, not just as long, but pretty much as long as I've had some 5-gallon buckets, and they have lasted the test of time, and even the handles are durable. And then even too, I will say, it is easier to store the fabric containers as opposed to the 5-gallon buckets, which you have to like stack on each other and things like that, wherever you can have like a cut duck off spot. And so with these, you can easily clean. You clean them with like detergent that doesn't have all the different extra stuff in it, right? And so you do that, you let it air dry in the sun. You can rinse these bad boys off, reuse them when you're done with them, and you want to like store them. All you have to do is like collapse them, fold them, and boom, it's like flat as a pancake. You can just stack those bad boys up without even thinking anything of it. So storing wise, reusability is there as well. And I mean, it's portable. And so what I am going to do is, as we are doing Garden With Me and encouraging other people to garden as well, for first-time gardeners, I'm gonna start them off in these fabric containers, in which I'm gonna create a soil that is necessary, I should say, for these containers, because you know it is as it is in the 5-gallon bucket, but I've learned more. So I'm gonna create this soil that is ideal for these grow bags, and you know, all the different things necessary. And we gonna grow, guys. We're gonna grow. You can grow on patios, you can grow in the yard, you can grow wherever you have space, sun, right? This is all the space that you need to grow your own fresh produce in your home, or at your home more than anything, or even in your home. You can't even grow in your home. And so even what I like about these, there's so many things that I've come to realize that are beneficial with these grow bags, fabric containers, until we have a name for them. But in these fabric containers, what you can do as well in the summer months is put a saucer at the bottom of it while it's sitting on the ground. Sit it in a saucer in which water can be stored there as well, so that it can always have a nice wicking system to be able to take in intake water as well for the roots. Okay, and so we already know on this channel, and what you want to water are your roots, not necessarily your leaves and things like that. And so the roots. Now you may be wondering, what all can I grow in these fabric containers? You can pretty much grow all the vegetables that you want in these here grow bags, in the fabric containers, because they come in various sizes, from 2 gallons all the way up. I've seen 25 gallons that they can be grown in. And so I'll make sure that you can know if you have any questions about if you can grow a specific vegetable in a grow bag. I'll make sure you know whether that is so or not. So let me know in the comment section below if you do have a question, because questions are great. Questions are necessary for growth, pun intended again. But at the end of the day, all that to say, hey, let's grow the right way. Let's grow in a way that we can multiply what we're growing. Let's grow in a way that anybody can grow, and that's what I'm looking to do. And ladies and gentlemen, I found the solution. This is far better than this, and hey, it is what it is. If you don't have the space to do raised beds or in-ground gardens and things like that, line you up some grow bags. And even if you're renting a home, that's a great way to start a garden in your fabric containers. You can have as many as you want, and when you're moving, you just put those bad boys in your moving truck or in a truck, take them to the next home, and keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you're doing it right. Okay, I had to do it. But nonetheless, guys, simple, easy, and it's fun. Okay, and I'm gonna do it. It might even be some gifts for Christmas that I may even do. Set up some grow bags, give them to people as gifts so they can have fresh collards or herbs and things like that at their home. So I mean, it's so many things that could be done with these fabric containers that I'm gonna take part in. Okay, so I hope this video was beneficial, educational, and things like that. If so, please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. With that being said, I love you all, I appreciate you all, and I do want to say you can fertilize your soil and things like that in these fabric containers, and it will do what it needs to do. Okay, so if those are thoughts and things like that, it's okay. And lastly, I do want to say there are some people that have set up like watering systems within their fabric containers, and so we will even explore those options as well. So stay tuned, lock in, make sure you're watching so that you can see all the various things you can do with your fabric containers, because that's what I will be growing with going forward. Okay, all right, great people, I love you. I will see you on the next video. Peace.